Activation code required. Access granted. Warning. Evacuation sequence activated.
Paranormal Bunker. You'll come on down and join Nikki, Robert, Kayla, and Cole. Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sit with us as we traverse the portals of the universe. Let loose the secrets of the cryptids. Make haste with the truth of conspiracy. And explore the hauntings of our world. And once again, welcome to the S4 Paranormal Bunker.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the S4 Paranormal Bunker. How's everybody doing tonight? Robert, how are you? And Nikki, how are you doing? Friend. Oh, you calm down there, friend. It's not that bad. Friend, yeah. Friend, it's...
I'm good. Thanks for asking, Cole.
I didn't know if you could talk yet. You were just hacking your brains out 5 seconds ago, so...
Hey, it's hot. It's smoky. My body hurts. Leave me be.
Yeah.
I mean, hi. I'm great. How is everybody?
Friend, we actually had a really good weekend. We went to the Darrington Bluegrass Festival, listened to 6 different bands, and that all played on the Saturday. And hold on, I got a freaking...
Ew.
There we go. Friend. No, like these guys, like one of the bands was straight from Appalachia, and like the entire Appalachia, like each one of them was from a different state. Yeah, like, and they really knew their stuff. We had a couple local ones that did really amazing. Friend, they had some amazing vendors. I found the fix for my withdrawals. Because they had a native vendor there who was making fry bread. So I had an Indian taco. Friend. No elephant ears. They had 3 different people making burgers. One company kind of scared us a little bit. Like, they were awesome because they had ice cream. But they also, like, you could tell it was a family-friendly event because they made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But they also made peanut butter hot dogs. Which, I don't know. That might be... That's just... I I don't know, that's just too much for me. Friend, but like yeah, so these guys did a whole bunch of like different, like they did peanut butter and bacon sandwiches.
They had
Um
pickles, just big pickles.
yeah, they
With the
just had a
regular
big
pickle.
pickle. Friend. And then there was a coffee vendor, which was awesome. Friend. But and then they had a whole bunch of different
Artists.
artists and different vendors that made stuff and created stuff. And we got some very cool mugs from a place, a vendor whose name is the Tianaway Ridge out of Roslyn. And so they do the Roslyn farmers market every week. And the cool thing is they made them right in front of us because they're etched metal. And I found out you do not look at that laser. Friend. Yeah, it hurt a little. Friend. But only after the first 5 minutes. It's okay. Uh,
You're a dumbass.
but well, and I found out because Kayla didn't come with me to watch hers getting made. But at night, you do not watch it if you have a seizure disorder. Like, don't even be in the same room. Because it's just constant blue flashing. Yeah, friend. So, but it was very cool to watch them etch the metal cups. So, friend. And they also had a press, did press on hats. So you could get a little leather Bigfoot and press it onto a trucker hat. Friend.
That was cool too.
Yeah. So it was a very good weekend. Lots and like it was with Kayla's sisters, so a lot of fun with family. By the end of it, I could barely walk. It was great, friend.
Oh.
Yeah. So the festival grounds there, it is pretty heavy to get to, and when we first got there, I thought I had it all in me. I was good to go, and we got down to the bottom, and already everything was starting to hurt.
I told you you should have taken the little golf carts.
Yeah,
that
they had
have.
golf carts available to bring people from the parking lot. Yeah, and I thought I was good, but I should have taken it the first time. I took it on the way back. Thought I was gonna die because I was on the back of the golf cart and holding on to two chairs. For so, and we were going uphill.
It's a pretty steep hill too.
Yeah. Yeah, friend. So, but like they didn't stop till 11 p.m. the last band played. And then if you're camping, the secret show in the campground happened at 11 p.m. So, yeah, friend. So next year we are considering camping and maybe becoming a vendor there.
We'll see.
Depending on how everything goes. Kayla's getting attacked by a moth. Yeah, well, we're gonna take I think a utility trailer, and I'm gonna take a recliner. And just sit out in like under a canopy. Same as we do at reunion. So that is my mission for this year is to find a recliner for camping.
Camp recliner.
Yeah. Okay, because apparently Goodwill now thinks all their recliners are made by Ethan Allen. Friend. They're like up to $100 now. When they used to be 10. Yeah.
Everywhere. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Friend. So, but our show this week, as many of you know, the movie Disclosure Day released on streaming last night, on digital. You could buy it or rent it last night. And me and Kayla bought it. We did watch it, and while Kayla wasn't impressed, she was mostly bored. Hey! Hi, Dave! We were just talking about you a minute ago. Friend. Okay, hold on, guys. Thank you, Dave. No, but he just said he can't hear you guys, and I just noticed that you guys aren't coming through there.
Oh, great. All right, so start over. Hey, how's everybody doing? Oh.
Friend,
Oh, no.
why aren't you guys coming? Like, I can hear you, so why aren't you coming through that? Friend. I'm gonna try that one.
Are we not being heard?
There we go.
Because it was so hot, it melted the internet.
Friend.
Has been known to melt
Is
devices,
that
yeah.
better, Dave?
Oh, God.
Ba-doom, 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 boom. Bum,
Friend,
bum.
where
Yeah,
I have to.
there we are.
Yeah, you can hear it now?
Sweet.
I
Bum,
just
bum.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, there.
Bum.
Yeah, he says there we
Test.
go.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4.
All right.
Ba-doom.
So,
Hello, everybody.
Disclosure Day.
Friend, yeah,
Yes.
so
So you were
For-
saying
okay.
Kayla was bored and you were what?
entranced.
Yeah, Cole
And
enjoyed it a lot.
why?
I was bored.
So
Why were you entranced?
A lot of it has the feeling of a very good action movie.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of chasing. Obviously, like Disclosure Day, one group is trying to release it, one group is trying to stop them, and so a chase.
You must be suppressed. You
Gee,
shall
sounds
not
familiar in
pass.
real life.
Well, here's
Yeah,
the thing,
you shall
Nikki.
not pass, exactly.
There were things in there that showed me stuff you have directly talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and gave me a visual of it.
Yeah, which is what people need. I mean, they need to be able to see what is actually happening. Take what is realistically taking place. So if they went about and did that, that would be good.
Well, and as we all believe to be
However-
true, Steven Spielberg is one of the directors of Hollywood who has been in the know.
Yep.
Amongst other things.
Well,
Yes.
Just to clarify that, Nikki, we're not talking like Epstein.
No, I'm not
Okay.
talking. I'm not
Like-
talking any of that. I'm just. There was a number of things that ran through my head, and that was not one of them.
Okay, yeah, I just didn't want to defame him on that kind of thing. Like, he wasn't at the Diddy party, people. Like, friend.
The only oiling up he did was on Jabba.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What? He's Australian. He knows things.
Yeah.
Mr. the Hut.
No, but it all it gave me hope, which I hate.
In what? Okay, sorry.
I
It
absolutely
gave you
hate
hope
having
in what? Okay.
No, sorry, Nikki. Like it. Humanity.
It gave you hope in humanity?
For humanity.
Oh, for humanity. In what way?
Well,
You can't give away the movie. A lot of people haven't seen it.
I know.
So.
You know what? Spoiler alerts.
No.
No, hold on. This is not going to be a complete spoiler, but it might like some people might get mad if they are like me. Friend. But
Yes.
obviously every movie has to have a conclusion, and I can't name one of Steven Spielberg movies where it wasn't a good conclusion.
Where it was not a good
Where
conclusion.
it was a good, where like I can't think of one movie where it wasn't a good conclusion. Like every movie he has, at the end, everything's good.
Okay.
Like we were close
Yeah.
to ET a little bit, but last 5 minutes,
Mhm.
everything kind of just worked out real fucking like almost like plates being organized.
Well, that's movie magic, man.
Yeah.
That,
Oh
Good.
yeah.
In this one, it takes a little bit longer, but we get there. And there are parts that gave me affirmations of different things that a lot of people in the world have forgotten. For example, someone in the Catholic Church affirming that aliens exist and that it's cool. Friend, a lot of people forget that Pope Francis gave that speech that aliens would be welcome and that they would be welcome to join the Catholic religion.
Cannot remember what year that was. I can't even remember which.
It was Pope Francis, and I think it was 2019.
2019.
See, my brain was trying to say 2017, and I'm like, I
It
don't
might have
have
been.
it.
Like it was when he first started. I remember that he hadn't been
See,
Pope very long.
I don't remember what.
It was
year?
2019 because it was right after we moved in here.
Okay.
Okay.
And so, yeah, because it was a topic on this show.
Yeah.
When he did that.
Mm-hmm.
Friend. And
yeah, I remember that, but I just didn't remember what year.
All right.
Now, obviously,
but it was when you guys were on Spreaker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, obviously,
yeah,
this is a
that's
movie.
why I remember that.
It is not going to be completely accurate, and parts of that, like
movie magic.
Yeah, but it's going to piss you off. Parts of it.
Me personally?
I think so.
Oh, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, there are a lot of things. I don't know. There are a number of movies. There are a number of movies that are out, such as Avatar, such as Star Trek Beyond and Jupiter Ascending, that all those movies have very, very specific real ET dynamics, like hardcore ET dynamics in them, and I'm finding that fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And I just heard a story today, a real life story today, not movie magic, on somebody's spooky story time. And I mean, a lot of people on the internet do spooky story time, but this one
was really
spooky. For a lot of people it would be. For me, I was like, holy crap, that's a real ET trying. And I just went, oh my God, this woman and I need to have a conversation. She is a professional. The woman that reported it is she's a professional in, it wasn't the counseling field. It was, crap, I can't remember right now, but it was a fascinating story. So, I mean, these things are starting to come out. These pieces of information are starting to come out. And I'm like, wow. See, this is the kind of thing that needs to be put into a series, like a TV series, where you started off with a 3-hour movie, not a 2-hour, because 2 hours going to have you're going to have commercials and all that crap. But then, well, it's not crap, but you get what I mean. Sorry, I'm getting frustrated with a lot of the things that I'm seeing, and they've got a lot of commercials in them. I'm like, oh Good grief, people. So
Well, they gotta pay for them somehow, Nikki, when they're not that
yeah,
good.
no, it doesn't matter if they're not that good. They still all have commercials in them.
Well, yeah, because
And I get why the advertising. Yeah. But and a whole nother subject. Anyway, sorry, got up on that. Anyway, long day, folks. I'm sorry. Nikki's a bit out of it. Anyway, my point being is that a number of things really need to be coming brought forward more into the public arena, and not just about movie magic. Yes, movie magic needs to be put into it, but at the same time, more real information in more different forms of disclosure. And I think more experiencers need to be put on the screen. Their stories, a lot of these stories that are real life, honest to God stories where these experiencers have, and I know there are very specific individuals who I found out that are following me. I do not know their names. I have been told by my guides that very specific people are following me, or in specific industries. And I know that they have been for some time listening periodically to this show. And hopefully they listen to this episode, because hello, start making this happen. No joke. This is the time frame that this kind of thing needs to start taking place now. Yeah. Sorry.
Legitimately, this is the first true alien-based movie. Alien on Earth based movie that we've had in quite a while. I honestly think the last one might have been that follows the paranormal view of aliens.
Well, there have been a lot of
superheroes, or
there have been a lot of B movies, and like
okay, that's the part I missed. Blockbuster.
Yes, this is the first in a while that has been a really big one. But there have been a lot of like independent films, and there have been a lot of like what you would call B-rated movies and stuff that have.
But that's my point. The B-rated movies have been doing it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that needs to be by a producer and a movie house. I can't think of what that's called at this second.
Production company.
Production.
Thank you.
What I'm saying,
who need to get in this? Yeah,
this is the first one that uses almost excessively the word experiencer.
That's a big deal,
right?
Yeah,
right there. That's a huge deal.
Do you know what word was never used in this movie?
What's that?
No one was called an abductee.
Yeah, experiencer, because, okay, here's the thing. You've got two different definitions of contactee versus abductee.
Yeah.
Abductee is classified as negative. Contactee is classified as more of a positive. Then you have the word experiencer, which is neutral.
Yeah.
From everything I have ever come across, it is a neutral word.
Mm-hmm.
I almost would consider it a more general term of both.
Yeah,
an
abductee
is an experiencer, so is a contactee.
Correct.
Not abductor, abductee.
Abductee, yes.
Yeah, don't be an abductor.
Well, but the abductors are kind of experiencers as well. I mean, for some of those Greys, it's their first time too.
Let's see. So, for Steven Spielberg, though, so his first movie that he brought out about aliens would have been
Close
Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
So if you think about that, okay, let me pull up chronological listings. Just a minute. Okay, so
oh, hold on before you get into that, Nikki. You had said you were talking about Jupiter ascending and those ones. Were you saying that those had the most very accurate alien presences?
portrayals of an alien race?
Yeah, that would be a better way. Yeah, I agree, Caleb. Okay. That would be a much better way to say it, because so like with Avatar, you've got blue beings, you've got blue extraterrestrials that believe a very specific way, using, for example, the mother tree and the energy, Aowa, and that specific kind of energy. Yeah. There are ETs that are like that. Then with what was the other one? I can't think of the name of it right now. It literally went out of my head. Jupiter ascending. You've got reptilian with tails. Now, I cannot honestly remember seeing a reptilian with wings. I know, well, it depends on which lifetime. But in this lifetime, I don't remember that at this specific second. What I do remember seeing one with a... No, I can't even describe it the way with a tail. But yeah, I mean, some people would classify it as a tail. Anyway, yeah, thank you. A rear appendage, yeah. Oh my God.
I'm good. Nikki, you're giving...
Stop laughing.
You're giving the nerd in me a panic attack, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm getting in there. Yeah, I'm getting somebody on the other side laughing like crazy over that because of extraterrestrial reptilian. Extraterrestrial reptilian.
But I need ET to be real.
ET is real.
Okay, I need him to be real.
Oh, wait a minute. Extraterrestrial is real. You mean the ET in the ET movie?
Yes. I need to be.
You'd have to talk
a little gray-like alien that is addicted to Reese's Pieces. I need that in my life.
Talk to our Keith Andrews on that one, because I've never seen anything like that. Now, I know people that have seen not the Wookiee in Star Wars, but the Ewoks. I know people who are incredibly credible witnesses and experiencers, contactees and abductees who I mean, they're in both categories or all three, who have firsthand seen, experienced, held the hand of what we would call Ewoks in Star Wars.
Nice.
They're real. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. We all know that two of the listed Hollywood directors that are considered in the know are George Lucas and Steven Spielberg.
And that
is one of the reasons that I've always believed that E.T. is a close interpretation of a real being, because he's in both their movies. In The Phantom Menace.
Oh, he is. Yes, he is.
There are 3 ETs.
My God, I forgot about that.
In the Galactic Senate.
Yes, they are. They're in a little pod cubicle thingy.
And what made me believe that as
I haven't seen that in years.
Teenager is the fact that George Lucas is well known to not work well with other directors. He hates them.
He hates it.
I have no idea, no knowledge of that. So
it's a well-known thing that he did not want to give up the directorial rights to the Star Trek or Star Wars franchise.
Mm-hmm.
He was really upset that Disney made that part of the deal.
Oh, how interesting. I'd never heard that.
Friend. So, the fact that during those movies, when it was still just Lucasfilms, because Disney hadn't done their deal with the devil there yet, friend, the fact that he included a being from another movie that what he had no connection to was insane to me.
Plus, then they added in C-3PO and R2-D2 on Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah, but those are both his. You got to remember that. Friend, so to me, that's an Easter egg.
Yep.
But
but the fact that that E.T. pointed at Yoda in the movie too.
Yeah.
And said, "Van."
Yeah. Like.
What did he say?
Friend.
Oh, friend.
Yeah.
That is not what I thought you said. All right. Oh.
Beelzebub. Yeah, better.
But you got to remember, he is a senator. So he couldn't like look at him and go, asshole. Friend.
You stole my lightsaber.
That would stop trade agreements. Friend. But like this is the first movie in let's say the first blockbuster movie in 20 years that does not create a bad outlook on us meeting them.
Now that's a big deal. Because you look at the movie Cowboys versus Aliens and the movie Battleship, and
and how many times have we done redone War of the Worlds?
Oh God, yeah, no kidding. Wasn't 3 times enough?
But they've only done that other one where the aliens were posted in I think Africa. I can't remember the name of it, but they had they were able to transform humans into their own kind, which was happening to this one guy in the movie. And
what was the name of the movie?
You can't remember.
Wait, what was it about? I'm sorry.
Aliens being able to transform humans into their own species.
Refugee aliens.
District 9?
They come here to try and hide from the. That's it, District 9.
Oh man, I haven't seen that in years. Isn't that the one that came out in
a while back?
90s? 90s or the early
2000s.
2000s, yeah.
But again, did that one not start with a war between us and them?
I think so.
Were they
it's been
lost
way
in the
too
end,
long.
and that's why they ended up as refugees?
I was not a fan of.
I thought they'd escaped from another lot that were being hostile to them.
Were they? Okay.
And they came down to try and get refugee status.
Then that would literally be the last one where it doesn't show them as the enemy.
So, you know that George Lucas and Steven Spielberg have co-directed before.
Yeah, but he wasn't happy.
And they've collaborated a lot.
Yes.
Like all of the Indiana Jones.
But you have to go back through financial records and business records and actually look at how much of Lucasfilms and DTX surround systems that Spielberg now owns.
Whoa.
Yeah. Every time they've collaborated, it's because Spielberg wants to.
There's one Lucasfilm that I can't seem to ever find anywhere when it talks about filmography or anything. And I don't know if he directed it, but it is a Lucas Films, creation.
Okay.
And it's that Strange Magic.
He did not.
Okay.
He just bankrolled it.
Oh, okay.
Friend.
Hello. Not the peacock. I want to call him a peacock. It's not a peacock. Cockatoo?
If
No.
you have a peacock in your room, that's fucking awesome.
Oh, I use.
No, he's out behind the bathroom. Got the goat out there, sheep over there, chickens, and a rooster roaming around the yard somewhere.
I was gonna say, if anybody was gonna have a peacock in their room, it would be Robert. So it would not surprise me if just a random peacock walked past the camera.
I'm here to tell you, peacocks can get real nasty. Yeah.
Dude, you'd be surprised at what a lot of birds can be. Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
All I thought about when Robert said that, though, was, do you remember Barnyard? The cartoon?
Oh, God.
Friend, when the farmer's wife is like, what was his name? Richard? I think she said, Richard, there's a cow outside. And he's like, well, this is a cow farm. There's going to be cows outside.
For some reason, I heard that in Jim Carrey's voice.
Now that's funny. That's funny.
So,
but we're going to have cows down where we're going to as well, because as I think I said last time, they're adjusting on our property, and they had been the cows that the kids had used to lasso for training for rodeos, and the kids are all older now, so they don't need to practice on the cows, so that the cows are just set long cows, and they're just eating all the grass, keeping this, and when we get down there, we're going to be looking into buying some, as well as some of the what are they? The furry cows from Scotland.
Oh,
Highland
cows.
Highland, yeah.
Yeah.
Kayla, did you hear that?
Huh.
Robert's getting Highland cows.
Ooh. Or should I say moo?
That's what I thought you did the first time.
That is Kayla's favorite cow.
I love Highland cows. I have so many of those things hanging around here. Okay.
She has cups. She even has a blow-up cow.
I do
Which is
have a
little
blow-up
weird,
cow.
but
I got it for my birthday from my sister.
That's a bit excessive. Most people have the blow-up sheep, but never heard of the blow-up cow.
That's why she got it, because she thought it was hilarious. So, I left it over at my mom's house, actually. I blew it up and left it in her living room. So,
He gets the money.
Speaking of which, this isn't really paranormal, except for the fact that we're all kind of considered by the mainstream people crazy, and this is fucking crazy. Friend, in Oregon, they are trying to make it so that, how do I put this? Farmers will be considered sex offenders and animal abusers.
what?
Because milking a cow, you can't get their consent.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do they not want milk anymore?
Yeah, well, they're trying to get rid of hunting, fishing, everything in Oregon. And, but they included.
Well, with the Russians over there, I can believe that with the sturgeon, because when I was over there with the friends of the police, whether they call volunteer police, we were going up and down the what is it? The river.
Columbia River,
where they have the ones go up in the ladder. Not but the woman, and past the military Corps of Engineers thing, and they had the Russians out there overfishing the sturgeon. I was there to witness that. So yeah, I can believe that. They'd be trying to get rid of them at least. But to to do that for the cow people? No.
Oh, not just
That's not
cows.
the one.
Shearing
Yeah.
sheep.
Chickens.
Chickens. Stealing
Shearing
their
sheep. Shearing sheep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you know what I
So-
think a lot of these people don't understand is that this stuff actually helps the freaking
The
animal.
The animal, yeah.
Yeah.
If you shear a sheep, if you do not shear a sheep yearly, they become overgrown and matted, and then many of them, it weighs them down. Some of that fleece can be up to 15 pounds, depending upon if they are not oh my God, this is
just like
that's
fixing
dangerous to the animal.
fixing hoofs on an animal, so that they don't overgrow. Like if you've ever seen any like wild horses, anything like that have overgrown hoofs.
Oh, that's awful.
Extremely painful.
They curl.
Yeah.
Yeah, they curl up and over and back. Oh my God, it's very dangerous to the animal. And milking, I mean, come on. That's really excessive. You don't milk a cow, that's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to have a very, very serious problem with those animals. I mean, that is very detrimental.
Well,
oh my God. I got to calm down. This is ridiculous. I mean, they are being ridiculous.
You know, everybody has their own philosophies and thoughts on this kind of stuff, but let's not.
Oh, but this is ridiculous.
Blame people that. Well, not only that, but I mean, if you think about the consumption, like human consumption of animal product, okay? And I'm not meaning like just meat. I mean cheese.
Oh yeah, everything.
And, like all of this different stuff. This has been a thing since basically the beginning of freaking time. And come on, man. Like,
I mean, that goes back
an egg from a chicken is not.
Yeah.
Is not a big deal. Trust me, it's not. They have like a million of them a year.
It's finding the bloody eggs that they lay. Once here, we'll hear them as if they've laid an egg, and then we can't find them. So there's eggs out there somewhere.
Right.
Friend.
Oh, yeah. No, we're getting a little ridiculous on the things that. Well, I believe this forever. The things that we've decided we need to censor, the things that we've decided should not be allowed for people to do, all of this stuff. Some of this crap is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think it's because they don't want to have areas that are considered agricultural anymore. Because if they consider agricultural, they'll be able to have certain passes on things. Like waters and land management, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And if they can't be considered agricultural, then they don't get those passes anymore. And the government can say you can't do this here, you can't do that there. So
here's
to exert power.
Eminent domain.
What I don't get, if we're gonna get mad about people milking a cow, then why aren't we angry about people mowing a lawn?
Thank you.
Same concept. It's still a living creature. Like, come on.
Yeah.
This
you're looking at
the smell it gives off is it crying out for rescue by other grasses. So when you're mowing the grass and have that freshly mown grass smell, that's the grass screaming out, "Hey, I'm being hurt."
Okay, so there are. Here we go. Okay, so all plants have energy. All plants have frequency. I have learned
part of the mycelium network. Like if you
yes, and it all works together. And when we go back into the movies, think of Avatar. That is exactly what they're talking about. When you look at what happened in Washington State, I do not remember what year, when they found mycelium mushroom One of the biggest mushrooms that they found, it literally, what was it, Kayla? Was more than just one state. I can't remember. I know it went from Washington, it went east and south, and I can't remember exactly where. But anyway, it's all interconnected. It's all a frequency. It's all an energy. And the trees, I found out, the trees mind speak. You're you can be telepathic with the tree energy. Now, here's the thing. When you pull up a carrot, that is energy, and that is food for us. For them, it is the end of their life unless you take the greens and leave a portion, and you can regrow a lot of different foods doing that. Just thank them.
Yeah,
simple, easy answer. Thank them.
Okay, so that's the thing then.
If you're that
bothers
conscious
me
about it,
is that every living creature is part of another living creature's food cycle, and that includes us.
Food
that
system.
Includes everybody.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's that whole. God,
cycle
if you really
of
want to
life.
get there, yes, like it's the circle of life. If you want to go like straight Lion King status, okay, that like literally, it is though. Everything feeds something else, and every living creature has to have other living creatures in order to live.
Yep.
So that includes parasites. That includes like all of these things that everybody is like, oh my God, we need to kill every germ ever, and like all of this stuff. Hey, we're gonna end up. The problem with so yes, wash your hands, obviously,
Demolition Man,
stuff like that. But once we got to the point where we are sanitizing the crap out of everything, to the point where kids aren't even playing outside and getting dirty anymore, we're not building up the immunities to the things like we used to.
Correct. Which means if something came in, some disease, unexpected disease or illness comes in, it could wipe out a population because they no longer have the immunity to it. Now, the other side to that is, and some of these movies, and I brought it up a moment ago, Demolition Man. Mm-hmm. So they end up in a population. Granted, this is a movie, but it's a really good example. There's a number of movies that are good examples, but this is the first one that popped into my head. Demolition Man, where after they unfreeze him and bring him back and blah, 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 he finds out he's in a society to where they have removed everything.
Yeah.
So sex is illegal. Physical contact. So it's all via consciousness, and it's all everything is deemed illegal. Salt is illegal because it's been deemed bad for you. Coffee is illegal because it's deemed bad for you. I mean, I'm going off of different things, but the idea is there. And so
that's where he eats that rat burger and is like, this is the best meat I've ever eaten. Right?
Yeah, because it's
meat. Actual meat. Yes.
It's actual meat. But you know,
is that also the one where everything's a Taco Bell?
Yes.
Or Taco Time or something.
Taco Bell. It's Taco Bell. Because they won out in the
like franchise wars or something.
Franchise or competition wars amongst all the, and I'm like, God.
Where are you going to dinner? Taco Bell.
The big quake.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's some big, and I'm like, wow, okay. So I mean, you get into stuff like that, you're looking at a society that is so heavily controlled, and that's what's going on right now. In the grand scheme of things, that's what's going on across this planet, but heavily in the United States.
Well, and that's the thing
there is one thing I got to say on that one. We have already proven that movie to be not possible.
Demolition Man?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because,
however, it's an example of what could happen.
Absolutely, but we've proven that one in itself to be never going to happen.
Well,
because we have too much of love of toilet paper, obviously.
And
Oh,
too
the three
many bad
seashells.
businesses.
God.
Fran,
Sorry, Robert. What was that?
you muted yourself, bud. There you go.
Too many bad lettuces.
Yeah, right?
Oh, God.
There ain't no way Taco Bell's winning that war. Fran.
Don't even talk to me about bad lettuce. I don't want to hear it.
Sorry, I just realized. Oh, God.
I am going to say I didn't really like the way this conversation went for a minute. Because you guys started talking about like that underground network from Washington to the south. And Fran, I just bought this morning 2 bottles of the best weed killer on the market, and all I can think of is, oh great, now there's a fucking tree in Colorado that fucking hates me. It's like, bitch, that's my cousin.
Well, a lot of things are invasive species, and as much as I love blackberries are quite invasive.
Well,
blackberries are evil.
I have to be very careful with this stuff because it is a total vegetation killer.
Mm-hmm.
It's for driveways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like I can't have any wind when I spray it because
oh yeah,
if it
that'll
travels,
go to
5 drops can kill a tree.
Good God.
So
that's concentrated.
Yeah.
Well, back in the day, what we used to do is, and this is going to sound really wicked, but we used to go after invasive species of bamboo when I was gardening with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
We used to go after invasive species of bamboo and invasive blackberry vines. You cut it down to the ground about this high, anywhere from 2 to 4 inches tall, and take a syringe and fill it up with the Roundup and inject it, and it goes straight down to the roots.
Yeah.
But that meant doing it one by one. So if you had an entire row of all of that, that gets really exhausting. But yeah, I mean, it was one way to get rid of stuff.
Well, but that is our biggest problem as human beings is we don't know.
Oh, that's better.
How do I put that?
Cool air.
We don't know where the fuck to draw the line.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because we can't tell the difference between an invasive species and a non-invasive species. And especially when it's something new. Think about when we first discovered lobsters.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point.
They were treated as an invasive species. They were harmful.
I forgot.
And you found them, you killed them, you took them out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And you threw it away. They were a poor man's meal.
Now they're like $70 a pound.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like it.
They realized they went good with butter.
The issue we have with that
salted butter
is if we do get to the point where we have a true disclosure day.
Yum.
That is what has always scared me. Is what if we consider them an invasive species before we get to know them?
Well, and that's the problem that I have with
already
alien species is that there's too many people that are too scared of something different than themselves.
Yes. I am. Oh God.
And I'm not saying that every species out there is like amazing and great and everything else. Just like in the human race or just like in any other animal race or anything like that, you got good, you got bad, you got in-betweens. Okay? And why would an alien species be any different than that? We're gonna have good aliens, we're gonna have bad aliens, and we're gonna have the in-betweens. Okay? Because no creature ever is 100% one thing or 100% the other. We all have, like, think about a regular, everyday human, right? We have invasive thoughts. We have weird things about us and different things like that that aren't necessarily at the forefront of a conversation with somebody or anything else, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist within you somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The ability to be a good person, the ability to be a bad person is one decision away. Like,
same with ETs.
and why would that be any different for any other intelligent species?
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I found with the 7-foot tall grays that I call the tall whites, because I have seen them abduct me for SSP, and they're working for the global governments, and they're nefarious as shit. And then I have experienced the ones that abduct me for the hybridization programs, being a surrogate mother, and they're smart asses. I'm just gonna be blunt. They are hard. They're smart asses. I mean, they've got an attitude, but they aren't nasty. They are not nasty. They are not. The attitude, the mentality is completely different than the ones that are working for the global governments. And it really taught me a lot about the mentality and the belief systems, and it kind of was a real mind bender to me. It took me a while to adjust to that one, but then I realized, hey, us humans are like that. Hello. We all have different personalities. And that's something that even with the Arcturians, who are blue, I mean, they're the same way, although they do have personalities. Woo-hoo!
So
they're very.
Yeah.
I like them a lot, but man, woohoo!
On a general note, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I think there's one animal that proves Kayla wrong.
All right.
And Robert, turn on your mic. I need to know
Yeah.
if I'm saying this right. The quokka.
Coca?
Quokka. Quokka.
What the heck is a kawaka?
Quokka. It's
Quokka.
the little animal down the west edge of Perth in Western Australia. They're constantly smiling or have the appearance of smiling, and if they're being chased, they'll chuck their kid at you.
They'll chuck their child?
And then run away.
Yep, and run.
But they
say,
are
"You're
considered
pulling out."
the happiest animal in the world.
Are they a monkey? Are they? What the heck
They're a
are they?
marsupial.
They're marsupial.
Marsupial. Oh my god.
They are constantly smiling, and they will beg for food.
Even though there are signs up saying "Don't feed the quokkas."
Yeah, no matter what they say.
Yeah.
If you can show me a murderous quokka, I'll agree with you.
They throw their kids at the enemy. Of course, they're all murderers.
That's not murder. That's self-preservation.
Okay. Jesus.
If something big was chasing me, I'd also throw Kimberly. Just saying.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, unless other kids, like other people's kids were around, then I'd throw them first. Right? I mean, like, preserve the bloodline.
Okay, smarty
See,
pants.
this is why humans are different.
What's it?
It's not really murder if you're throwing your own kids.
No!
Yes, it is!
Oh,
Yes, it is! What the hell?
Friend, isn't it worse to throw someone else's kids? Like, what if they looked at the quokka next to him, grabbed their kid, and threw him at the person? Or at the
Oh my.
Is that not worse?
I think, as far as preservation of life, both of those are terrible, terrible ideas. So let's just not
right
be all
on.
coca, okay?
Yeah, don't be that animal.
Oh man.
Oh
And don't be a
my
dingo,
word.
or they're just eating babies for no reason.
Whoa. Don't be judgmental. They might have a reason.
Oh well, yeah, they're honey.
Bloody kid wouldn't shut up.
Every time I think of that situation, I think of what's the name of the movie? The Ghost and the Darkness. It's about an African. It's supposedly based on a true story where you've got two African. What are they? Tigers or lions? And they basically depopulate a number of human villages, and an Australian gentleman and an American hunter come together, and Val Kilmer, I believe, plays the Australian, and I cannot think of the guy that played in Romancing the Stone. I can't think of his name.
I have not watched it since
Michael something, or I can't think of his name. Anyway, no.
He never became big.
Oh God! Now I gotta
yes,
look it
he
up.
did.
Not
yes,
really.
he did.
IMDb.
No. His family is Hollywood royalty.
Yeah, but he never
I disagree.
Friend,
I disagree. I grew up in the 80s.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah,
Michael
Douglas. Thank you.
Kind of became famous. I mean,
kind of, but
he's
well known. No, okay. Hear me out. Okay. There are a lot of actors that are out there and they expand beyond genre.
I was gonna say he became famous like John Wayne became famous.
Yeah.
In his specific
Fatal
genre.
Attraction. There's all kinds of other movies.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a specific genre person. Okay, so just like John Wayne is straight up westerns. It's that kind of a thing where they didn't really expand to being like westerns, comedies, thrillers.
He did a lot of psychological dramas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with what Robert just posted on the S4 chat, friend, he says it's illegal to touch quokkas because they are vulnerable, protected wildlife species. Touching them can transfer human bacteria that makes them sick, disrupt their natural behaviors, or cause mother quokkas to abandon their young. Friend Robert, that is just proof that whoever is our superior being in this universe is an asshole. Friend, you do not make the cutest animal ever and make it so we can't touch them. That's bullshit. Friend.
Well, look at the koala. I mean,
this is like some Adam and Eve apple shit. I don't like it.
The koalas, I mean, what is it, gonorrhea?
23 hours a day, yeah.
You pick up a sexually transmitted disease if you're picking up a koala because isn't it gonorrhea? They transmit gonorrhea to a human just by
friend, because we deserve it. Friend.
You need to behave on your first day out.
I'm just like,
man, this took a turn. This really freaking took a turn.
Hey, you're the one that brought up a gonorrhea panda. I mean, come on, Nikki.
Pandas have it now.
No. I may have brought that up, but I was making a point with it.
Why are we giving it to the pandas now?
Oh shit! It was a koala, not a panda.
Koala, yeah. Oh, good grief!
If the pandas have it, we're in trouble.
Diverged. Oh, goodness sake. Okay,
so from disclosure to sexually transmitted diseases. Find here on S4.
It's Paranormal Bunker Radio.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
Okay. Oh.
Do-do-do-do-dee.
But
wow.
If you actually think about it, though, the amount of different animals that can give us horrible diseases.
Oh God, yeah.
It's actually kind of insane. Or the amount of animals that we can give a horrible disease by being around their habitat.
look at dogs and cats. I mean, a dog is, you can have parasites, all kinds of stuff, and transmutable, anyway, I am getting tired. But yeah, and which is why a lot of nursing homes, I mean, you have to have special permission to have a dog come into the home because of, just to create and help bring joy to the seniors in that home. And yet, if that dog, that dog has to be in pristine health for them to even allow it to come into the home. So, and yet we have dogs and cats on the bed or in the bed or what have you, or sleeping, where we sit. I mean, there's all kinds of parasites. So, and folks have lizards that do that or snakes that do that. And
there's certain types of turtles that are severe. Fuck,
Nikki
can kill us like hardcore.
I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of your fault now.
What?
Oh, for God's sake! Now what?
We were trying to get off the topic of the gonorrhea, and then you brought up nursing homes. Really? Right?
The type of dogs I don't like in there are ex-canines from the police. They'll sit outside the doors and wag their tail.
I'm going to tell you something. In the 1970s, there were stories that I had heard as a child. Okay, I was a kid when I heard these stories, and I remember having a conversation with my. Oh my God. Yeah, seniors get and there was a lady I used to know. I don't know if she's still living. If she is, hello, Sue. Used to work in one, and oh my God, the stories I used to hear. Randy is the word. I mean, they get both the men and the women, and I'm here to say, wow, I didn't. There were things I didn't need to know.
Nikki, Randy might have been the word in the 1970s. Now it's freaky, because
they get freaky deaky. They get down.
I think this was like 2015.
God.
They announced that the leading source of gonorrhea in the United States was nursing homes.
Oh, nothing would surprise me anymore.
They took a note from Bill Cosby. They put it in the pudding pops.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, what's it gonna do? Kill him?
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, and it could. It's more likely going to make things very uncomfortable for a little while.
Right. But he died with a smile.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay,
no.
If I get to the point where I'm like 90 years old, okay, then I don't really care what I catch at that point, because I mean, no matter what, I'm most likely kicking it sometime in the next like 5 years. So,
Yeah, but that's one that can make you go crazy. Isn't it? Isn't it the one? Okay, never mind. I don't need to know this.
No.
Syphilis.
That's syphilis.
That's syphilis. Never mind.
Syphilis can make you go crazy, but it can make you the happiest person in the entire world, and like not a care in the world. So I mean,
Sorry, I just got told Capone.
Yeah, I could see.
Sorry.
I could see him having sniffles. So I've always okay, so this is like stupid, and I understand how it happens and everything else, because like this disease with that disease mutated into this disease or whatever the fuck, right?
Oh dear.
But we have so many different transmittable diseases that didn't used to exist that now we're just like rampant, and I don't know. Goodness. It just makes you wonder where the original strand of whatever came from. Like, who was patient 0? Like, that kind of a thing. Like,
then you look at Ebola.
Well, and that's what I'm saying, is that, like,
yeah,
we can be perfectly fine for, like, 100 fucking years or more, and then all of a sudden, there's an outbreak of something. Like, I know that this is controversial, but, like, look at, like, COVID and that kind of thing. Like, we've had this disease around forever, but then it transmutated into something else over the course of, like, 100 years or whatever, and became this new thing. So...
that one had a serious amount of hope.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, I get pretty interested in what causes diseases and different things to transmutate and become something different than it was. And some of them lessen. Like, some of them used to be, you got that and it would kill you. And over so many years, we've grown an immunity to it, and now it's just kind of like common flu type stuff, where it does kill a certain percentage of people, but nowhere near the amount that it used to. You know?
Oh, you mean like the bird flu that's come out?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my. Okay, so back to disclosure.
So, speaking... okay, so I am bringing this around town for a second here, okay? But
okay.
Now, we've all seen, like, War of the Worlds and different movies like that where it is something as simple as, like, a flu that wiped out the entire alien species because they were not immune to it like we are. Okay? So, I've actually wondered about that portion of that, which is, like... anytime we're introduced to a new species, okay, even if it's like, we discovered gorillas, like, back in the day for the first time, okay, and, so anytime we're introduced to a new species, we have the possibility of making them sick, or they have the possibility of making us sick. So, if we have an actual alien species that comes and, like, lives among us, and we're part of this planet together. Yes, but like full-fledged.
A different kind.
Full-fledged. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a whole fleet of like aliens come to our planet and they become part of our social structure. We'll put it that way.
Colonized.
Okay. Yes.
Colonized.
Yeah.
Like an alienation.
Do you think that with that we would be able to handle each other's, like, bacterias and diseases and that kind of a thing? Or would it be like War of the Worlds where we ended up taking one of us out because of something like that?
Okay, with the ones who do the abductions now...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how do I say this?
Or are they, like, advanced enough or whatever that they could just, like, cure it, or, like...
You get an inoculation, Kayla.
No,
you're
so
given...
it's like visiting another country that you're not used to their stuff. They give you, like, a certain amount of shots and different things before you can go visit.
Yes, but you also...
Okay.
Okay, you have to realize, too... in some of the hybridization programs, there's a number of different kinds of hybridization programs, and one is actual sexual contact. Okay. They actually do have the human, whether male or female, choose a partner out of a very large room of, it's all about energy connection.
Yeah,
it's part of your hybridization.
The natural way, and then there's like the implanted.
Yes, like mine.
Okay.
And so there's a number of different ways that they can go about this. So Yeah, and there's a number of women who have babies, extraterrestrial human hybrid babies, physically have them. They go to full term.
Okay.
And those infants are born. They reabduct the human mother, and that human mother has, to what I understand from other women who've had it done, they give birth on board ship. But they don't have access to those children because they come home without those kids and without that pregnancy. So
I'm going to ask something that's a little strange then. Okay.
Ask.
So when it comes to ETs, and I'm not talking like, okay, because obviously different races are different. Like, it just is what it is. But when it comes to hybridization programs, okay?
Yeah.
So how are we... How do I put this? Just a minute. How are we compatible? Okay, so this is the thing. So is it like
what way?
Okay. So how do I?
You mean physically, sexually, or
no,
how are we compatible in?
Shit. Okay, so like if you have like a okay, this sounds terrible, but if you have a dog or a cat, okay, they can breed with other dogs and other cats of different species, but that are the same genoclass. Okay? But if you have like a human and like an ape, okay, they're non-compatible as far as having offspring because the genomes just don't work to have offspring from that.
Well, and there's no, and there's also no. Okay, so some species are sexually compatible, whereas others are not.
Well, as far as offspring wise, okay. So I mean, like, okay, this is gross,
okay.
But, I mean, you can have sex with an animal, but it doesn't mean that you're gonna have like a half puppy, half person, because it's impossible for those two to breed.
Tell Dogman that.
Okay. I'm just wondering, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, how is there some kind of like something that happens molecularly to make it so that the ETs and the humans are compatible as far as having offspring? Or were we always compatible?
No, not always. I think. Look, I'm not an expert on this, but I can tell you what I do know. I know that the extraterrestrials are so far. I mean, they're thousands of years advanced than we are. And scientifically.
So it's more like a splicing program.
Yeah, it's a splice, and in many situations, it's a splice and dice of the genetics. Okay, so I saw. Okay, when I was 4 years old, during that incident of the Butterfly Nebula incident, as I'm calling it right now, for these purposes, I got to watch on a screen. This is when I got told to sit my butt down, Nikki. They were about ready. He was about ready to use, and he was being telepathic with me, so it was very loud in my head. 4 years old, I got told to sit my butt down and wrap my body around this ET's legs because I was constantly going back and forth. What you doing? Oh, that's nice. What you doing? Was driving him nuts. And yeah, no touchy. Well, this is how come I know what their skin looks like in such detail. I mean, it's real.
Okay.
I've not seen anybody actually show what it really looks like. But my point is that because I got to sit down and stay stationary up on the screen where he's working down below, right? on this not platform. It's kind of like a counter. Only way I can say it. But yet what he was working on was displayed on the wall.
Okay.
And it was on the wall in a very specific way. I'm not going to get into all of that.
Yeah.
But I got to see what he was doing. And yes, it's literally, and I don't know how to explain it. It's like scalpels that weren't scalpels that had,
so it's
that were like, it's literally cutting specific genes out.
So it's genome manipulation, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
it's genetic manipulation in a major way.
Now, I know that you don't have all the answers, and I'm not expecting you to.
No, I know you're not.
But in the end, what's the purpose? Okay, so I realize that like experiments are happening, that all of these things are happening, that, and I mean, this is probably where everybody kind of gets that, like, are they trying to invade us? Are they trying to this? Are they trying to that? Okay, and the thing is that we experiment on a lot of different creatures, on a lot of different things. And it's not because we're trying to become them or trying to invade them or trying to, we just do random experiments sometimes. And I'm wondering, is there an actual, like,
reason
for these?
Yeah.
Like, is there a reason for that happening?
Yes. They're trying, as I understand it now, they're trying to, and as it was explained to me very loudly one night, one afternoon, and one morning. It was a wild time that time. Anyway, basically what they're trying to do is repopulate planets that
no longer have a population.
Yeah, basically, because they made themselves go extinct, and they've got the genetics, but they need the human genetics in order, because we are parts of those populations.
Okay, that makes sense.
So we have the genetic makeup, and we're like the base.
Okay.
If that makes sense to you or to anybody listening, even a scientist would understand. I mean, that came out wrong, but you know what I'm saying. So, boy, did that come out really wrong. I do apologize. Anyway, my point being that when they're doing this, as I understand it, it is to repopulate planets with our hybrids, with the extraterrestrial, what we call extraterrestrial and human genetics, hybridization, and to repopulate those planets so that those species of extraterrestrial, but are also the genetics and the makeup of human, they are repopulation of those planets so that they can maintain it. So
basically they're taking a dead world and adding life.
Well, it's not a dead world.
Well, not a dead world, but it doesn't have the
it doesn't have the people on it.
Mm-hmm.
And so the buildings are, as I understand it, the buildings are still standing. The
okay, so it's
animals
like
are still there, but they're not.
When we bring back an animal from the brink of extinction.
Yes.
We are like doing programs where we make them mate and we make them have X amount of kids and like all of this stuff so that it can repopulate that portion.
Think of Jurassic Park. Mm-hmm. Only in the human version of it, or the ET version of it. As I understand it right now, and I say it that way because my understanding
so we're basically
can
the
change
frog
later
DNA
on.
in Jurassic Park. Like we're the base code that they're adding X, Y, and Z to in order to create this creature again, or this intelligent life form again.
As I understand it right now, that is correct. At least that's what I have been. It has been ingrained in my head now.
Now, what I would assume is that we are not the only intelligent species that this is happening to. Like, I would assume
There's
that
numerous.
it would be like pulling different intelligent species from different planets and doing hibernization things with them as well, in order to create different versions for different types of planets or different types of atmospheres and that kind of thing. So I'm assuming that there would be a base code for every type of area.
As you're talking, I'm literally being shown in my head different kinds of ships for those situations. Now, I didn't know that until this very second. I'm literally being shown. So, like the ship that I get put on, or at least that I remember I get put on, is and I say it that way because there are times I'm like, okay, what ship am I on? Rectangular. It's a mothership. It's rectangular. They're huge. I mean, these ships are just gigantic. But I mean, so you get other kinds of ships that will do the same thing for other species. This one specifically deals with humanity.
Right.
As I understand.
I would assume that
that's what I see on board ship
a different type of ship for like carbon-based species. There'd be a different type of ship for like silicone-based species, like that kind of thing.
I'm going to say something. I think our Keith Andrews would have much more knowledge on that than I would. But the fact that I just got shown and I can't even quite. They're not. They're not exactly rectangular ships. They're more what I was being. Oh God, how do I say this? 8 sides, 10 sides. What the heck is that? I can't think of what those are called. Not octagon. Octagon and
hectagon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. With things on it. Anyway.
So basically, it's a big D&D dice.
D&D. I don't play D&D, but yes.
With things on it.
Sorry, I know that. On the top, I was thinking on the top, the little. Oh, for God's sake! I can see it in my head. I can't seem to describe it. They look like antenna.
So I guess more of what I was like trying to get at here is that so if let's say one random species, so let's just go with grays because everybody for the most part knows what a gray would be. It's your typical big-eyed, small-nosed alien. Okay?
Big head.
Yeah. All right.
Small chin.
So
huge
I guess what
cheeks.
I'm trying to get at here is if you have like the grays that were doing a hibernization program for repopulation of a specific planet. Okay. What are they just doing it to repopulate that planet because there was like a catastrophe or something and they believe that that is what should happen? Or are they doing it for like mineral rights? Are they doing it for like do you see
That's
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
question.
Like,
I know where you're going with it.
The concept and purpose of repopulation of a planet. Like
all I know is that they've okay, how do I say this? Scientifically have wiped their own species out due to them screwing with their own genetics. And they can't repopulate. They literally die out. So and as I understand it, it's part of that planet was part of what people call what humans call the Galactic Federation. What I know it as the consortium.
I guess what I mean is okay, so just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. I guess is the way that I'm thinking on the lines of
but you have to remember these. I'm going to interrupt you for a second. You got to understand something too. A lot of the souls. Now, I did not know this until my very last hybrid son. a lot of the souls that were on those planets have waited to become one of the hybrids, so that they have their knowledge, the knowledge base continues. I did not totally and completely understand, I don't know how to say this, those souls, because of their high frequency, their incredible retention of knowledge while they are growing in the womb. Okay. And I'm not just talking in their gestational containers once they're out of the womb. I'm talking about they are incredible with their knowledge. So by the time this last one, just before they took him, what did I say? He was between the ages of 15 to 17 mentally. I mean, mind wiped. That blew me out of the freaking water when I realized that he was talking to me before, right after his soul, right after they impregnated me, because hello, I mean, it's a fertilized egg. They implant they do the in vitro. The soul, they do not implant, and I am wording it that way for a specific reason. They do not implant the soul of that deceased other side soul into that fertilized egg.
Right, like the soul chooses.
And he specifically chose me. That's what I found out. He specifically chose me because, like he told me, you actually care about us. You're mad, but you actually care about us. And you care about what happens, and you will do anything. And you proved that because I was standing there. I was one of the scientists who watched you fight for your child who was dying on the table next to you, and you would not let him go. And you went willingly to save his life. You did everything that you could, and that's why I chose you. Now, that alone just, I mean, totally blew me out of the freaking water mentally, and then I just sat and I bawled.
Basically, the way that I'm now seeing this, is that there's a bunch of souls that have been displaced due to the fact that a race has basically
died out,
become extinct. Okay? So, in order to give those souls new life, or in order to recycle souls, whatever you want to call this, pull them out of the ether, I guess, or cosmic consciousness, or whatever you want to call that. They have to have bodies to inhabit, so the aliens are creating bodies for the souls to re-inhabit.
But the other side to that is that they already had some form of human genetics on that planet. That's the mind blower to me. So when you specifically were talking about the fact that they were using other species to populate other planets, I hadn't even conceived of that. But yes, I literally got shown when you were talking about it. I was like, oh my God. But yes, they're doing that, but they're using other ships to do it and other ways to go about it. So, I mean, you're helping to create the bigger picture here, Kayla, and that, chef's kiss, my dear. That's a big freaking deal.
Oh, that's kind of an interesting concept, though. Like obviously, I mean, holding for souls, like if
they're choosing. Those souls are specifically going to the as our Keith Andrews calls them, the controllers. Those souls are specifically going to certain scientists and saying, I want this person. I want that person to be my mother. or I want to be put into as a human, and I want to be the next one going. So,
right,
because
but then it brings up a whole new level of
they have
existence. I guess you would
wait
say.
a minute.
Because
That's just where I was going with this. They have a consciousness. The physically alive living extraterrestrials have a very, very high form of consciousness. I mean, so much higher than our consciousness is in human form. And that's one of the reasons why certain extraterrestrials have certain abilities, such as the telepathy and frequency and blah, blah, blah.
What's making a little bit more sense to me here, okay, is that, so if you think of existence, okay, so this is really like awkward, but it like sparked something weird. So if you think of existence and you think of the fact that everything recycles, okay, so if we have, like, let's say 10 billion souls out there, they can no longer recycle because there's nothing for them to inhabit to recycle into. Okay, then that would be causing an excess in whatever the, I don't know if you'd call that afterlife or if you'd call that a purgatory, whatever version of that
belief system
you would call that. Okay.
Yeah.
So if we have an excess of souls or an excess of energy in an area, then that in itself would be its own crisis. So we'd have to do something in order to continue the pattern of repopulation, like of emptying out to fill. Like, I don't know how to really explain that.
So there are different levels of, there are multiple different levels or realms in for a soul to be in.
Right.
So what I mean by that is, how do I say this?
Like, if you don't have anything to move back into, then that realm in itself would become overpopulated and would have its own structural issues, just like everywhere else that is over. Like, you know what I'm like?
Yeah, I know what you mean, but not necessarily, because it's infinite. There are so many. Okay, so there are so many galaxies, so many. There's not just one universe. There's multiple universes. And so it depends on where you would go. I mean, that's a totally different, I was going to say mind meld concept. That's not even accurate.
At the same point, like, what a lot of people don't understand about genetics, and I mean, I'm no freaking expert, not by any freaking means. I'm just pulling out of a hat here of my own understanding. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that we do keep genetic memory. Okay.
Yes.
So something that happened 10,000 years ago is still affecting the outcome of our thought processes today, because we have genetic memory of this happening. Okay, so it's just like
3 generations ago.
Yes, so it's just like with like animals, for instance. Okay, they already know specific things. They don't need to be taught those things. They just inherently know this because
it's ingrained
in the past. It has happened, and it's been ingrained into their genetics to know this. Like, that's why. Yes, so that's why, like, there's certain foods that certain animals won't eat because they know that they're bad for them or that they will kill them or whatever, but nobody's ever had to tell them that. They just genetically know that that is a bad thing. Like, don't touch this. Okay? So if we have a whole species that is no longer existing, then we have lost possibly billions, if not trillions of years of genetic information, of thought, of...
Not necessarily. That depends on when the ETs have started the hybridization program to help these planets.
Right, but I mean, in losing that, we could potentially lose something down the road that would be... that would save our own species, or would save a different species, or whatever, because it's genetically ingrained in that particular species. Okay.
No, I get it. I totally get where you're going with that. But something that
we were saying, like everything is connected to each other.
Oh yeah.
Okay? So we're talking even in like a planet that we will never step foot on in our human existence. Okay, is still connected in the grand scheme of the universe. Okay, so just like mushrooms are connected by the mycelium network, planets are connected by, let's say, like I don't know what you would call it, if it would be like a quantum network or something of this nature. I'm not sure. Like,
I thought it was star system.
But we're all interconnected, and we all help each other in some way, shape, or form. Because without this would have never happened. Without that would have never... like all the consequential shit that comes with that. So, in taking an entire species and eradicating it, it would then throw off the balance of that network. So, basically, these ETs are just trying to rebalance the universe?
So, think of... Well, it's not rebalance the universe. I think it has to do with a business. Okay. Personally, I think it has to do with contracts that they've got for thousands of years with... No, this is a summation. This is an opinion. This is not what I know for sure. But I have more of a tendency to think that this is a business thing, because that specific planet has a contract and is part of what, like I said before, everybody knows it as the Galactic Federation. So they're part of that contract. And because they're part of that contract, they're trying to do... I don't know what I don't know how to say it. It's like what they're trying to do, what's right
to fulfill the contract.
Okay. Yeah. But I don't know if that is factual or not. That is my estimation based on all the different pieces that I know. Right. Now,
so that's I would just love your to hear thought process going into.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it. But I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's factual. But with everything that I've been coming to understand, new information that I'm learning here and there.
Yeah.
And it's very overwhelming when you're trying to put all of this together. So I'm glad we're talking about this, because it's helping me to kind of round it all out together to some degree, if that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, who knows, 2 years down the line, I may have new information that I get told, and it may be completely wrong.
It change your thought process on stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, who the heck is to say? The only ones that really know are the ETs who are involved in it.
Well, and at that point, we don't even know if they really know, because they might just be fulfilling, like you were saying, if they're fulfilling a contract, they might not even know why that contract was struck in the first place. They might not know the backstory or the history of whatever it is in there.
And here's the question, how long does each extraterrestrial species live, because as I was told by a Laborian, who I knew them as a Lyran, and then when I got to talking to R. Keith Andrews, he's like, "Oh, that's a Laborian." When I finally described everything to him, he's like, "It does what now?" And I told him, and he's like, "Oh my God, that's a Laborian. That's the only ones that I know of that." And I'm like, "Okay, so they're a form of a Lyran because they're feline." That specific one lives at 2,500 years old. I was like, oh my God. So you try to wrap your head around that. And he looked, even though he was 8 feet tall, he looked like he was 35 years old in human form. And when he shapeshifted in front of me into what I thought was a Lyran, into a feline cat form, shocked the hell out of me. He was like, "You have to understand, Nikki, on our planet, our time is very different than yours. So in human years, we live to 2,500 years old. That is how you would see it. In my time, I'm young, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I'm like, and how old are you? 1,500. I'm like, oh yeah,
Right.
And I knew he was telling me the truth, but it was so overwhelming to wrap my head around that information. It took me over a year I was just like, well, between 9 months to like a year and a half to completely wrap my head around this, because I was like,
okay. So I've always
this is more
of timelines of life cycles.
Well, each planet has its own form of quote unquote time.
Right. And see, the thing is that even on our planet, like timelines and life cycles, okay? So there are specific insects and stuff that will live 24 hours. Okay?
Yeah.
But there are other creatures that'll live for 200 years. Okay?
What are those things, like
different
sea
types
monkeys?
of turtles and stuff like that. Okay? So
sorry.
When you think of just the range on our planet of life expectancy.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, if you multiply that by the universe of life expectancy and think about the process of time being, well, relative to whatever area you are in, then it makes sense that specific species of alien or ET or whatever you want to call them would live for 100,000 years, where another would only live for 10. Like, as far as what we would conceptually think of as time. Okay? So, and our timeline is based off of our gravitational, like, our,
yes. Rotation.
Our world, our rotation, our everything. So, if we're going off of years based off of rotation of our planet and the sun formation and everything else, well then in a different area, in a different planetary system, their timeline would be completely different because their gravitational flow and their everything is completely different, so that they would set that up to a different time. So what this person or this I
creature,
say person,
being,
okay. So they may live for what we would consider 2,500 years on our planet, but for them, that could be one summer. Like, because of the way that time is structured, it's not. There is no structure to time, not really.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, time is a human construct. I mean, I've been told that it's going to sound, but I've been told that so many times by different extraterrestrials that it's just, it gets slapped in my face every time I make a comment about something. Human construct, time is a human. Yeah, it is. It is just our thing, just as Robert said. I mean, it is literally a human construct.
I wouldn't say it would be necessarily only human construct, because there has to be some version of this construct for every
Elsewhere, yeah. But it's not called time. It's called some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every intelligent species, just because of the fact that a society wouldn't work without scheduling. We'll put it that way. So
that's true.
There has to be some version of what we would think of as time, but it could be something completely different and on a completely different scale than the way that we think of it. And it makes me also wonder then, like, so for human existence, we're on linear time scales. So we're only moving forward in time. We're not moving backwards in time. Okay? So if there is a being that has that much, what we would call our time, right? Then do they also have the ability to move like almost interdimensionally through time?
Yes, some of them can, not all, but some can.
Kind of like, okay, so like I know this is dumb, but like Doctor Who status, where they're so
Doctor Who in the TARDIS
in it that they could see happenings from here and here at the same time. You know, like
that's a different level of consciousness.
Level to it, right?
Yeah, that's a totally and completely different level of consciousness. That is the highest, in my opinion, that is the highest form of consciousness, the tip top. And look, I'm going to tell you something. When I first met our Keith Andrews face to face, one of the, oh crap, what the hell was it that I had it and now it's gone. One of the, besides hello and how are you and that kind of stuff. Oh, crap, Kayla, I just had it, now it's gone. What the hell were we just saying? Time, construct, crap. There was something that he told me. Dang it. Form of consciousness. Oh, different levels we have, because I asked him, are there 35 levels of higher consciousness or 35 levels of chakras? And he said, Nikki, there are, trying to remember if he used the word infinitesimal or,
well, and there would
like
it seems like there would almost have to be
expanding
a infinite amount of just it
was a really hard thing for me to wrap my mind around after he said that. I remember walking away from that just being completely I was so thankful, but I was also, it jived. I knew he was right. My knowing, as I used to call it when I was a little girl, all the way through adulthood up until before.
Well, and I think that everybody
2017, I used to call it my inner knowing.
Right, and I think that everybody kind of has a little bit of that in them.
Yeah,
and you just when somebody tells you something,
but mentally, oh my God, it was hard.
You can kind of tell whether or not that's truth in your own mind. Yeah.
Yes. You know it in your gut intuition, your gut knowing knows it. But my head, my brain, my human brain was like
trying to wrap around something that is a conceptual that your human brain doesn't understand. Yeah.
Because of how we were taught. And it all comes down to what we are taught on this planet. That's the one thing that every single ET I've ever experienced, when they have said, you are infants, you are children, that is what we consider you, because of what we are taught on this planet. If we were raised around them, our consciousness would be so, the abilities that we have in us that are ingrained, innate.
Your dormant abilities. Yes.
All the dormant things, those would be so far off the charts of what humanity is now
Yeah.
Governments would not be, and that's the thing, governments on this planet would not be able to control us because we would be, I mean, hello, there are things that we would be able to control that they would not have a concept of. The governments that we have now on this planet in 2026, and it is a gigantic deal. And it's one of the reasons, in my opinion, that they're trying to suppress consciousness, because that's one of the biggest issues going on this planet right now with the different frequencies, whether it's a frequency weapon, whether it's a 5G or frequency via CERN going across the planet, or the different levels of scientific things that are taking place. It's literally about control. It's not just about control and depopulation. It's literally about the control of the higher consciousness, because there are many in deep state government, I mean, like really deep state government, who understand this and know what that all means, what it implies, and what if we had those abilities, what we could really do. Think of the TV show, it was only on for 1 year. Oh God. Oh, I had it. Robert, you know this.
Numbers?
It's no, not Numbers. Numbers was on for years.
The other one where the guy
like,
had control of heroes?
Okay, it's where one of the lead characters was significantly autistic, on the autism spectrum, and
Scorpion?
he could see, say it again?
Scorpion.
No.
That wasn't it either. Yeah, but it was the guy like no. I know the one you're talking about. Because
I can hear the music in my head and I can't seem to grasp the words, and it's like Freaks Like Us is part of the, no, that's not it. People Like Us. One of the main song is People Like Us.
Okay.
I cannot think of the name. I'll have to, when Cole goes to post on different sites, I'll try and snag the name of the show and the song that goes with it. I'm not calling it into my head right now, but I've got it on my Angels Are Life YouTube channel, and I can snag it, and it's not Freaks Like Us, it's People Like Us, and how much crap we get. So anyway, and they had a government agency that in the show, they all had different abilities. One woman was she could sense and smell. Her olfactory was so high and so strong, she could sense the perfume and smell, and she could see the scent and where it was coming from. And this young man, he had abilities.
Librarians?
No. He had the ability to move like it was in a different dimension, but he could see it, and he could move information that was through the internet. It was all frequency. So yeah, I mean, just that is forms of higher consciousness in a specific way. It's using the brain's ability. My God, it's Freaks Like That. That is not the name of the show.
Well, and I mean, like, honestly, we
it was even mentioned in Big Bang Theory.
We don't know the capacity of our own abilities. We don't know the capacity of our own brain, of our own systems.
Because we're not taught.
Well, it's not that we even need to be taught. It's that we almost have like a blocker on the fact that when somebody tells you you can't do something, you believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's too much.
So if you're told your entire life that you're not it's not possible for you to do that, then you're never going to explore the fact that you potentially could. Because
Correct.
It's an impossibility. Like, yeah. But eventually, one of these days, some human somewhere, and we see this generationally.
Intelligence.
Yeah, and that's what I said. We see this generationally, that we have what we call geniuses, or people that have abilities that they shouldn't, for like unknown reasons. This person is amazing with mathematics, but they've never actually been taught mathematics. This person is amazing with musical instruments, but they just picked it up and they knew how to do this, like, instinctively.
From childhood.
Yes, so we call these people geniuses. There's a bunch of different names that go along with that. But if you think of the brain capacity, everybody has that
some level of it
in them.
Yeah.
It's just how to unlock the ability to do that.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Completely agree.
All right, guys, on that note, we do have to go. It is 12:01.
Quite the conversation.
It absolutely was. Friend, you guys did good at the end there, friggin' holding out on actually getting to a real topic instead of just gonorrhea. So, Nikki, where can we find Restore Belief?
Restore Belief with Nikki is on YouTube. Just look up Restore Belief with Nikki and you'll find me. I'm also on Facebook on my first personal Facebook page, Nikki.Jacobs.376 on Facebook. That will also lead you to my Psychic Medium Facebook page. You can find me, email me at restorebelief2022@gmail.com. I'm also on Rumble and on, oh gosh, Cole,
Spotify.
I can't think of the name. Spotify, thank you. And I thank Cole, Wegleitner, and Paramar for being able to put me on Rumble and Spotify. They haven't been able to do it. I wouldn't have been there. So thank you, gentlemen. Where else am I? I'm on
Facebook.
No, Facebook, Instagram, Angels Are Life, and Twitch. I think that's Restore Belief with Nikki on that one, and Angels Are Life. So I'm thinking about a Substack, doing a Substack channel or station or whatever those are called now. I'm still trying to figure it out because, hello. Where else am I? Nope, that's it.
All right.
For right now.
Perfect. Robert, any word from other Nikki?
Not yet. No, nothing's wrong.
All right. Well,
I think they're still on holidays.
Okay. Well, you can check out their show on Paranormal Perth, or it's called Paranormal Perth, and they're on the Things Network.
Yep.
And then you can find Robert White on Facebook at Robert White. Friend.
All right.
Or at his home.
And I'm out there everywhere.
But, friend,
you have to cross through all the animals.
Yeah. You might get attacked by a quokka.
Or a chicken. Or a rooster. Or a goat. Or a sheep.
I'd be worried about the fucking chickens.
Yeah. Chickens are scary. Little baby raptors.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us here at the S4 Paranormal Bunker here on YouTube. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook at the S4 Paranormal Bunker. And then we are also on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and anywhere else you find your podcast. We are on Instagram. We are on Twitter. We are on all your social media apps except for TikTok because I don't know how the fuck to work that yet. So other than that, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Have a great week, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Data transfer complete. System malfunction. Please evacuate immediately. Program terminated.
Son of a biscuit eater.